Today I have on the show Olivier Mankondo, speaker, author, weight loss and wellness coach who teaches people how to thrive on plant-based nutrition. In this episode, we discuss his weight loss journey, losing 77 pounds in just 9 months by adopting a plant-based diet. Olivier, thank you so much for joining us on the Raw Food Health Empowerment podcast.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be there. And thank you for
Awesome.
having me.
Yes, I love your story. You lost 77 pounds in just 9 months by adopting a plant-based lifestyle. What inspired you to start a plant-based diet?
Uh, Before I answer to the question, I would just like to give a little bit of a background.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is my health was not very good. It was not very good at all. I was suffering from I had lots of problems. For example, I was suffering from high blood pressure. And people should know that 50% of heart attack and strokes are caused by high blood pressure. And I remember even one day, I spent a day and a half in hospital because my blood pressure was so high.
Wow.
And I was suffering from headaches as well. So every day or every other day, I had massive headaches. And in fact, I had to have some painkillers with me all the time in my wallet because the pain was so bad. And I had lots of dandruffs as well. And for example, if I was combing my hair, you will see lots of dandruffs everywhere. And I had chest pain as well. And I don't know for which reason, when I was suffering, when I had some those attacks of chest pain, I had to drink some Coke. I don't know for what reason, but what happened is I remember one day I was in a shopping center and I had a massive attack and I had to find a place where to buy some Coke. And I had back pain as well. And I remember even I had a week of work because my back was hurting so bad. I had joint pain as well, heartburn. I had the problem with my teeth. So I would say nearly every month I had to go to see the dentist for that. And my weight was 220 pounds. So I was overweight because my BMI was over 32. And when you've got a BMI over 30, you are classed as obese. So I was basically obese. And my eating habit was really bad. I was eating animal product, dairy product, processed food, fast food, junk food, anything you can imagine. And I remember even I was eating until midnight to have my bottle of Coke with some cookies or some biscuit and stuff like that. And I felt all the time, I felt tired on the day where I had to go to work. I had to drag myself out of bed. On my days off, I was sleeping until 1 in the afternoon because I had no energy. I was really tired. And I remember even when I was working, because where I was, my last place was I was working. I was working in a basement and I had to climb the stair all the time. And most of the time I was out of breath and stuff like that. And even what is a little bit, which makes me laugh is that I was unable or it was difficult for me even to tie my laces up because my belly was so big. And with all this problem, I went to see the doctor, and he told me that I will be on medication for the rest of my life. But I don't know for what reason I refused to be on medication for the rest of my life. I said, no, 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 I can't do that. And he said, okay, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I say, I will try to do sport to see if it's going to solve the problem. But there was no solution. And one day in 2016, I was watching a program on YouTube. It was by an Indian yogi. His name is Sadhguru. And he was talking about how consciously do you eat. And he was in this documentary, he was saying that eating animal product was not designed for the human mechanism. And if we did stop eating animal product, it will enables us to be able to avoid 70% of the chronic diseases. And I decided that I would go ahead with that. And it was on a certain Wednesday when I saw the program, and I said to my wife that I will stop eating meat. And on Thursday, when I came back from work, I asked her to cook my last meal of meat. And on Friday, I started, and it's been 5 years. I've not touched any meat products and all that. That's how I started this journey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you said you asked your wife to make this last meal of meat. Has she gone on the plant-based journey with you, or how are you meal planning now, and how are you doing it as a family? How is that working?
Yeah, so when I decided to go on this plant-based nutrition, I didn't want to force them. I said I will do that myself. And after 2 weeks into the program, she noticed that my health was getting better. And I remember the first week I lost 11 pounds just in 1 week. And she said after 2 weeks, she said that she will go ahead as well. And for her, she's lost 99 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And
awesome.
yes, and after a month, we sat our kids and we told them that we were going all the family plant-based. And so all the family were doing that diet, the plant-based nutrition. Yeah,
That's so cool. That is so
yeah,
cool. You helped yourself, and now the whole family has had a health revolution.
yeah,
That's so
definitely.
amazing. So,
Yeah.
how do you set yourself up for success for healthy eating to keep the consistency? And what's your preparation like? Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So, how are you setting up your life so you can maintain this?
Yeah. First of all, discipline. You need to be disciplined when you do things like this, because when you go, for example, to see friends, most of my friends, they don't even understand why I'm doing this. They think that even my extended family, they think that I'm crazy and stuff like that. So it's first of all, you need to be sure what you're doing. You need to be disciplined, and that's what I do first. And then to be successful in this, I've incorporated intermittent fasting. And why I do that, I eat basically twice a day and with no snack in between. So in a week, I've got 12 meals, sorry, 14 meals. And out of those 14 meals, only two are cooked food. The rest are raw. And why do I do that? It's because when you eat constantly, your body spends 80% of its energy digesting food, and you can only heal and cleanse when not digesting food. That's why I limit my intake just 2 times, and in between I don't eat nothing, so that I can give my body the time to heal and cleanse. So that's one of the way that I do as well. And like I said as well, I eat 12 raw meat,
Meals.
raw meals, because in the raw meals you got live enzymes, and because when you cook the food you destroy this enzyme, you destroy some vitamins and stuff like that. And when you eat raw, your body doesn't spend a lot of energy digesting the food.
Mhm.
I do as well. I do a lot of walking, because you need to be physically active, and that's a lot of people, they don't do that. I've not joined a gym, but I do walking. So twice a week, I will just go and walk for maybe an hour or a couple of hours, and that's what I mostly do to set up for success. And in my life as well, I don't practically not use any processed food, because when you look at the processed food, there's a lot of additive, coloring, flavoring, preservative, which are chemical substances not recognized by the body, and they create havoc. Because when you look at lots of vegans, yes, they will not, they will stop eating animal product and all that, but they now go into processed food, and the processed food are not really good for your body. Maybe if you can eat that as a transition food, yes, I understand that. Or if you can have that sparingly, then yes, that's good. But if you have to eat that day in and day out, then it's become very bad for the system. Even like I said, the vegan options, processed food. Yes,
Mhm.
that's all I do to set up for success.
That's awesome. So the 12 raw vegan meals you're having throughout the week, what do they look like?
Yeah. What I do, I eat at 12 every day. I eat at 12, and this is just fruit. And in the evening, I usually eat around 7. I will eat fruit as well. And twice a week or 3 times a week, I will add a salad. For example, I can have lettuce with tomatoes, cucumber, onions, um, just things like that, carrots. So I will make a big bowl of a salad. So that's how I eat.
And I can hear people yelling right now listening to this. The fruit, so you're heavy on fruit, right? So
Yes.
were you heavy on fruit at the beginning when you were obese and you were on the in the beginning of losing these 77 pounds? Were you heavy on fruit? Was your meals the same as they look now?
Uh, Before I started this plant-based nutrition, no, I didn't eat much fruit. It was just rarely that I was eating fruit. But when I started I don't think that, for example, now that I've said that I eat 10, 12 meal, it's raw. At the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, I was not doing that. At the beginning, I was maybe 50-50 or something like that. And I think at the beginning as well, I was having 3 meals a day. So over time, it has changed, and I gradually I adopted all these things. And even for the raw meals, I was eating, first of all, it was 11 raw meals and 3 cooked food. Now I've changed to 12 raw and 2 cooked food, because in my mind, I'm getting ready. I will go at some point, I will go fully raw. That's
I
my
see.
aim. Yeah.
Yes, that makes total sense, the evolution. So what do you think was like the biggest thing that you did that helped you lose 77 pounds in 9 months? Was it the diet? Was it the exercise? Do you think it was the spirituality being like the anchor? Because Sadhguru said it. Like, what was it you think that really helped you?
What really helped me, I think it's the food. It's the
Mm.
food, because at that time I was eating all these meat products, the dairy product, and for example, when you look at the dairy product, you've got lots of growth hormones, because when you look at the calf when it's born, it weighs something like 80 pounds, and after 3 months, you need to triple that weight. So you need in the cow's milk, you've got lots and lots of growth hormones and lots of calcium. And when we people we drink that, basically you will become fat as well. So when I remove all this stuff, and when you look as well at the processed food, they've got loads of additive, coloring, flavoring, preservative, and all these things will make you give you to be hungry all the time. And when you're hungry all the time, you will keep eating and eating and eating. So I think the major change was the food. And when
Mm-hmm.
you see when you eat the raw food, or you eat the fruit and stuff like that, they are loaded with water. They are high in water, and they've got fibers as well. So it's going to make you full very quickly, and you will not have to eat a lot. And for example, it's not possible to binge on apples or things like that. Yeah. So I think it's the food which made me lose the weight quickly, and as well as the intermittent fasting.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So while you were on that 77 pound journey, did you ever have feelings of exhaustion and being uninspired at all, like just wanting to quit? Did that ever cross your mind?
Not really, because when I saw that program with Sadhguru, I was really decided. I said, "This is it. I will have to do that." And when I saw that at the first week, I lost 11 pounds. I said, "I will continue that," even though on that first week it was not easy. Even my wife, she asked me to quit. Yeah, because
Why?
on that day, yeah, on that first week, I had some detox. I was detoxifying. So I had massive headaches for 3 days that I'd never ever had in my life. I
Wow.
had massive headaches. I had dandruff. My joint were aching more. Um, my joint was aching more as well. So really, it was a little bit difficult, more difficult that first week. But I said, no, I will continue. I will continue whatever happened. That's the what I've decided to do. I will go ahead. And because I was so motivated that I've not even felt all these cravings like other people say. They've those craving for meat or all that. I didn't have all these things. And because of that as well, I started to read a lot of books. For example, How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger, Your Health Journey by Dr. Fred Bichy. And there was another book, Timeless Secret of Health and Rejuvenation by Andrea Moritz. I've watched a documentary like Conspiracy or What's the Health, and all this really pushed me to go ahead and say that this is it, I need to do it. And for example, 4 months into my journey, I went to the doctor and they saw that I didn't have any blood pressure anymore. And they were really, really surprised. So because of all these things, I was really into it, and I didn't feel at any time discouraged and stuff like that.
That's great. That's awesome. So the blood pressure, couple questions. Did you cut out oil and like all fats? Like did you do something specific or was it just meat, dairy, eggs?
No, so meat, dairy, eggs, but for the oil, I'm only using extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. That's the only two oils that I'm using. All the other vegetable oils or the other oils, I don't use that because they are refined. And because they are refined, they are not good for the human mechanism. But when you look at the organic olive oil or the organic coconut oil, they are called pressed. And this is good for the human mechanism. So I use that, but even though I use them not too much. So for example, when I'm cooking, instead of just taking and pouring the oil like that, no, I will just take a maximum of 3 teaspoon. I'll just use 3 of them. So that's how I use in the cooking.
I see. That's good.
Yeah.
So, what effect did this change have on your spirituality? You mentioned Sadhguru. Like,
Yeah.
did something evolve in you on a spiritual way?
Definitely. So by watching Sadhguru and by going in on this plant-based nutrition, and I've understood now my purpose. I knew why I was here on earth, because when we are born in this earth, what we've been told is that you get born, you go to school, you go to college, university, you find a job, you get married, you have kids, you try and maybe have a lot of money or find big cars, a big house, you go on holiday, you retire, and then you just wait for you to die. And for me, this is not what life is about. You need to find your purpose. You need to find why you are here and all this stuff. And I got into meditation as well, because before that, I didn't even know meditation, what it was. So I got into a lot of meditation. And now I'm more aware of my thought as well, because what people need to understand as well is that even though you are eating a good the food designed by for the human mechanism, you need to take care of your mind as well, because you need to avoid to have negative emotions such as hatred, jealousy, anger, envy, and all this stuff. And you need to be able to forgive people, because when you hold all this negative emotion for a long time, your body will start producing adrenaline, and adrenaline will mess up your heartbeat, and your body will produce cortisol in excess as well. And when your body produces cortisol in excess, it's going to impair your immune system, and your immune system is your only line of defense. So you need to get all this negative emotion in check. But I'm not saying that people cannot get angry or they cannot get sad. No, I'm not saying that. But what is bad is when you keep that for a long time, then it will start affecting your body. So with all this stuff, it has really, really changed my spirituality. I'm more spiritual, I'm more grounded. And yeah, it's really, really changed my my spirituality.
That's awesome. How can folks connect with you online?
Yeah, if they want to connect with me online, they can go on my website, which is oliviermankondo.com. That's oliviermankondo.com. And they can go on my website as well. They can have a look and see that I've got an 8-step weight loss and wellness program that they can check. They can check my book as well, which is The Plant-Based Nutrition, How It's Going to Change Your Life. It's on sale, available on Amazon. And they can check my YouTube channel as well. They just type my name, Olivier Mankondo. And I've got loads of video where I try to share my knowledge. And I can send you as well a free guide, which is the 7 tips to lose weight. I'll send you the link so your listeners or your they will be able to access that free of charge, and they will be able, if they want, to see how they can lose weight as well.
Awesome. Yes, I'll have all those links in the show notes. Olivier, it has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.